Hey everybody, and welcome to D&D UI Video Extravaganza. We're here today to teach you the basics of Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition. This is the first video of the new series. Let me make this a
Kill the lights.
Kill the lights. We got room lighting now?
It's being released simultaneously online as well as in VHS.
Yes, that's right.
Okay.
So if you've bought the VHS, thank you. You might want to buy a computer, but I appreciate your adherence to old technology.
There's 30 seconds of bonus footage on the VHS, but it's after, when the tape runs out and it makes that weird sound, and they get the scrambly. But you wait until after that and you get 30 seconds of bonus just to thank you.
Adjust the tracking and it's all there.
Yeah, supporting physical media.
This episode's just, what is D&D? If you've never heard of it, if you're interested in playing, if you've heard about our podcast, read our webcomic, and like, what are they talking about? This is the first step towards adventure.
Dungeons & Dragons is very popular in media right now. We've got the whole Game of Thrones thing playing off of it, Adventure Time, Community does a whole bunch of episodes about it, and I think it's permeating culture.
Big Bang Theory?
Absolutely.
I think every sitcom has one D&D episode, right?
Friends did.
Well, sorry, Marco. I guess
That's why they were from the 90s.
you debunked my entire theory.
You're welcome.
Even the IT crowd, though, did.
Yeah.
Any sitcom worth its salt.
There you go.
Yeah. Which means friends.
Friends. Let's stay neutral here.
Lay it out for me, really basic. What is D&D?
Dungeons & Dragons is a role-playing game created in the 80s by Gary Gygax, and it's now in its 5th installment. It's a game where you sit around a table and collaborative storytell, improvise, and live out adventures.
Yeah, so you said role-play game? Elaborate on that. Pretend I don't know anything.
So that's where you embody a character. Other games like Skyrim,
Final Fantasy,
Pokemon, anything where you have a character, you build them up, build their stats, take them from point A to point B, and
grow with them.
Yeah,
It's a lot like Skyrim, in the fact that you get to make a character any way you want, play them any way that you want, and go on any adventure that you feel like going on. That's the nuts and bolts of what Dungeons & Dragons is. If I'm sitting around this board game with my friends, what's the point? I get the board game and I try to climb all those ladders with the snakes.
there's no real winning in D&D. Everyone wins. It's an experience, really. There isn't like a start to finish. You get together and you play off of everyone and you collaboratively work towards a singular goal.
So it's like storytelling with your friends.
Exactly.
There's no
You
set
get to play
ending.
D&D however you want to play D&D.
You guys will pretty much decide on an end goal for your party, your team, and that's also one thing that I guess most people aren't aware of. But when you're playing D&D, you're not playing against the other guys at the table. Like if you were to sit down and play Risk or Settlers of Catan, you are playing together, right?
Yeah.
To achieve an ultimate goal that is outside of sort of your group of friends.
It's
around the table.
cooperative instead of combative.
Exactly.
So if you decide that the end of your adventure is going to be killing a dragon, so be it. If you decide that it's going to be
Tickling a dragon.
finding the lost ruins of Kajam,
Becoming a dragon.
becoming a dragon.
Yeah.
If you want to pretend you're in World War II and your end point is killing Hitler, you could probably do that. It doesn't have to be the same kind of Lord of the Ringsy high adventure if you want.
Fantasy. It can be whatever you want.
You can really play it like you're cavemen, or you're from the future, or any sort of story that you want to tell. You can in D&D, and the rules are just the scaffolding.
Yeah. Traditionally, the lore and flavor of Dungeons and Dragons is that of high fantasy, swords and sorcery, that sort of thing. But the numbers are there to be the physics of the world.
Yeah.
They're to tell you how well something is going to happen or how poor it's going to fail.
It wouldn't be fun if you just said, I killed a dragon, and everyone says, yeah. No, you're just like, I swing my sword, and oh, I missed the dragon, and that's the random chance that
Marco,
helps.
that's not the correct die to roll.
You are
trying to.
I don't.
Yeah, it's theater of the mind. Ultimately, like when you in the olden days when you used to sit around the radio and you would hear these like fantastical tales and you would just all have to imagine it. As you can see, this is pretty much the setup that you'll have at home. So there's not high definition graphics. There's not 60 FPS like cutscenes coming in front of you. It is what you imagine it to be, which is the strength of D&D. It's really the best thing that you can possibly imagine.
You told me. All right, you got me.
Okay.
What do I need? What do I gotta buy?
Nothing.
Nothing. Good.
Yeah.
That's
You
the
have to
best
buy.
kind of thing.
You have to buy the friendship of others.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's the hardest part.
Nachos, Doritos.
Lots of snacks, libations.
Yeah.
Probably depending on your age.
if you go on the Wizards of the Coast website, essentially the official Dungeons and Dragons website, they have a start playing kit that's absolutely free for everybody all the time.
It's called the Basic Rules. So you're going to get a short PDF of everything you need, a couple races, a couple classes. We'll talk a little bit more about that after. But
A couple of racists.
a couple of
races.
yes.
Oh.
Yeah.
It comes free with every with every world.
Now, if I decide to buy things, what are the things that I might consider buying?
The first thing you would probably get would be the Player's Handbook. So this is the 5th edition, the 5th iteration of Dungeons & Dragons, the newest revision, the most polished.
Arguably the best, right? Because they try to improve every single time that they release. Yeah, wonderful artwork.
So in here is every single factor to making a fleshed out character, to making a hero.
Yeah.
Any origin, any sort of fighting style,
Or a
anything
villain.
you like. Or a villain.
Or
Absolutely.
anti-hero, anything you want.
You then can purchase, and there's actually, if you're super broke, we understand, we often are, there's online dice rolling apps,
Yeah.
but you might want to go out and buy some physical dice. Dice are how the game is played, and there's different kinds for either different probabilities, different chances, different attacks, different swords, things like that. The most important one being the 20-sided dice, the mythic, legendary.
D20. Spins real well as well.
as-
A set has 7 die, and you can pick them up for like $5 depending on where you are. And again, dice rolling app, absolutely free on the App Store. All you need, you can play this real bare bones.
The board itself, entirely optional. You don't have to play with a board. Some people who are really into just theater of the mind can play just sitting on the couch with some paper. But if you really like getting techie and battly and really sort of like
Or
playing-
even if you're a visual learner.
yeah, the board really helps. It can be a grid, it can be a hex like ours. Just a board that you can measure out some units and put some little miniature figures on. But that's all fancy stuff.
Everything in the rules is described in feet. Like, I'm able to throw an enemy 10 feet. So we can always translate that to a graph if we have to.
Yep.
Yeah.
Real simple maths. It's like 1 square, 5 feet. Makes everything real simple.
One thing you'll need is friends.
No,
Yes.
I have not.
You're going to need people who want to be the players and someone who's want to run the game. Who is like the bank or the narrator or the referee who was called at one point.
Yeah.
The dungeon master.
So in our group, I am the dungeon master. You essentially get to plan all the dungeons, be all the bad guys, tell somebody if their sword hits or doesn't hit. Essentially be all the fun problems in the world. You are the Morgan Freeman of this universe. You're the narrator. You're the god. You are the challenge and the fun of the game. A lot of people think, oh, that kind of sounds like it's boring because you're the enemy. You're not the enemy. You're playing along with your friends, and when they succeed, you succeed. Their triumph is your triumph, and it's a really, really fun position. I don't think I would ever want to do anything else.
So if you're ready to start a game, there's a couple of places you can look to find people.
Yeah.
On Reddit, on Roll20, and in our YouTube channel here, and on our website, you'll find other how-to videos. How to roll up a character, how to fight, how to cast magic, how to run a game if you're a new DM, all of those sorts of things. And you can always email us, contact us at host@dndui.com. All our contact information is going to be in the descriptions below.
So, if you guys do want to start and you want to go to Wizards and pick up their free sort of Let's Get Started and Play Right Away kit, great. You guys should also check out dndui.com. We have character sheets that you can print out if you have a printer for free. We have Dungeons Masters screen that has all sorts of valuable information right on it, so it's like easily accessible. You can pull it up. You don't have to break that sort of flow of conversation and storytelling that you want to get and immerse your
Very good
players
if
into.
it's your first time dungeon mastering. Very, very helpful.
Yeah, and also episodes of us playing, if you'd like to hear what it sounds like.
Yeah. I know some people that use our podcast to get their friends into D&D, and now they're playing every week.
It's really hard to describe what the game is until you hear a bunch of people playing it.
Yeah. This is going to be like sort of a episodic webisode thing that we're going to be doing. So check back if you happen to catch this like the first week we release it. More are coming. So hopefully you can turn your other friends who maybe are a little bit green to D&D or just shown a little bit of interest, and they can watch and learn along with you, so that you guys will be all set and you'll be just as seasoned as we are.
Pros.
Yeah.
I'm ready.
Yeah, we should sing it out.
D&D, we're floating in the cupping. It's gonna be right here.
Maybe
in
over
these
here.
box.
Links,
Click to D&D.com.
links.
Yoga.
Namaste, namaste drum.
Tick.